Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud Institution again. So the best software training institution this is. So now today we are going to see about the second video of this series, that is Terraform basic commands. Okay, so before begin to the Terraform demo of all the other things, so we are going to see what are the basic commands that can be used in Terraform. So we need to understand like what are the commands that can be used so that you should be familiar with those commands, right? So let's go to the Terraform work. So if you can see the Terraform workflow with the basic commands, right? So you can see Terraform init, validate, plan, and apply and destroy. Okay, these are all the basic commands will be used as a workflow. Okay, so what is Terraform init? So as you can see here, Terraform init is nothing but used to initialize the working directory and containing the Terraform configuration files. So whenever so I'm going to post the video like how Terraform init works in detail. So now you can see that so what is the Terraform initializing a working directory containing the Terraform configuration file. So this used to be Terraform init used to so initialize your configurations, right? So the first command that should be run after the working new Terraform config. Okay, so it's used to download the providers. So I'm going to explain to you what is Terraform providers and how these Terraform providers are working, and this kind of concept we are going to discuss. So the next command is going to be validate. So whenever so validate is not a very mandatory mandatory command, but so if you want to validate your configuration before the Terraform plan is going to be deployed, executing, then you can just use Terraform validate. So Terraform validate, what the Terraform validate will do is that Terraform validate is used to check your syntax of your configuration. Okay, so if you have written your Terraform files, so before proceeding with the Terraform plan, if you wanted to validate your validate the syntax address, then what you can do is you can just do a Terraform validate command with a command called Terraform validate. So the Terraform validate command will be highly used to to check your syntax. If your syntax is good, then it's going to proceed for rest of the configurations. Okay, so next Terraform plan. So Terraform plan creates the execution plan. So Terraform performs the fresh and determines what action are necessary achieve the desired state. So for example if you can consider about the Terraform plan, if you're considering you're building a house. Okay, so the contractor is coming and telling you that, hey, I want to create your house, so this is the blueprint. Okay, so first of all you should be understanding what is the blueprint, so what the contractor is going to create for you, right? So without approving that blueprint, whatever is going to create, you're not going to proceed with that, right? The same way we are going to plan, so before we are provisioning anything, we are going to plan the particular infrastructure to be provisioned. Okay, so that is the plan, so it will show you the Terraform plan, that what the configurations are creating, and what are the resources are going to be provisioned. So after the plan is going to apply. Okay, so what is mean by apply is going to be, you're going to execute the command. Okay, so if you're creating one big infrastructure, and the Terraform apply is the command which is going to use that, what are the so whatever the the configurations you have written, whenever you do apply, all the configuration and provisions and all the infrastructure is going to be creating for you, right? So that finally Terraform destroy. So Terraform destroy is nothing but, so whatever the resources or whatever the infrastructure you have created by Terraform apply, so all the configurations or specific configurations that will be if you want to destroy or delete those kind of configurations, and you can just do a Terraform destroy, that will eventually use to destroy your configuration whatever you have created. Okay, so these are the five commands, basic commands. Okay, so we also have various other commands like Terraform format and Terraform execute and all this stuff. Then so Terraform kind of so format uh, and also Terraform auto approve. There are so many commands out there, so which you can see. But those commands we can see this later. But as a if you go for an interview, if the interviewer is asking you that, so what are the basic commands on the Terraform? Okay, you can also include Terraform format as well, right? But Terraform format is not for the the work, not comes under workflow. Okay, now so Terraform init, validate, plan, and apply and destroy, and these are all the basic commands that can be used to perform your day-to-day Terraform activities. Okay, so that's it about this video. Hope you like this video. So if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, see you again in the next video with a practical demo. Okay, see you guys. Stay tuned.